fun.
That was fun. Got to be jokey Jean. Got to be poke fun Jean. I really enjoyed that, yeah.
Working with a computer that didn't actually work, trying to pretend to see my profile on the screen when it wasn't there. I love doing that. I'm really bad at fake looking at things that aren't there.
Acting.
On acting. Funny that. Looking at screens that have nothing on them. I'm like, I always look at them too intently. I'm looking into the screen. Wow, that stuff on the screen's really interesting.
That was also one of the last things I filmed. I filmed it the same day as filming that Big Bird World door, like getting the letter. So it's quite funny because I was already in that frame of mind to go. And the doctor's offices actually are on my TV, so that was interesting. And another bit of trivia: the doctor is played by Tony's high school teacher, who was also in the play that we all did together. So, bit of trivia there. I also liked that you have an idea of what was in the letter and everything, but no one else does for quite a while. So I thought that was a really interesting story element, that no one, like the audience knows what's going on, but no one else.
Interesting one. From an acting perspective, it was really difficult. I don't like telling that story. I try not to, actually. The last person I told it to was a really good friend, a friend that taught me that I could be loved and that I'm worth love. And he was the last person I told, and I said to him after I said it all, which of course in this episode I don't say it all, but I say a large portion, I said to him, I just openly said, I hate telling this story because it seems all encompassing and all, and it's not, and it's freeing, and it's all of those things, and there's only a small amount of people that need to know it, and it doesn't define me, and I know that now, and Follies has sort of helped that process, helped me realise that, and you can say, well, you've told the whole world, and maybe I have, but that's okay, because maybe the whole world needs to know. Maybe the whole world needs to realise that we live in a society that needs to face up to the fact that there's way too many secrets, and the secrets are the devil.
That was a ridiculous episode, and you'll see why when you watch it. Ridiculous. Not the whole thing, but there's a part, and you'll be like, oh, I know what you mean, Grace. That's ridiculous. Good ridiculous.
Showing up in the world is one of my favourite episodes, and mainly from a writing perspective. It's a little long in the tooth, but what are you going to do? Shoot me. But no, I loved it. It's dedicated to my great aunt, who passed away in 2012, and my dear friend Chris, who also passed away in 2007, I think. And it's dedicated to those two ladies because when I moved to Melbourne and sort of expanded my worldview, I changed. I became the Tony they knew me to be, and the Tony that they saw glimpses of, and that is something that I hold near and dear. It upsets me to no end because I think, why couldn't you have been that person all along? And I know that was the journey and that was the process. But I'm glad that I've got this episode that I can explain to Jean and then hopefully to the world that watches Follies that the victim to survivor journey is not an overnight journey. It's a process that takes time. You find there's something else.
Yeah, that was really good too, because that's where, once again it was the one-on-one with Yumi, so that was really fun, and it was jokey Jean, but then it also had that really nice, I don't know, it just felt like I hope it just really portrayed really strong friendship between the two. And that's where I was like, it was just made me feel like, yeah, we're totally best friends.
Oh yeah, that's where we work out Liz Humming's first wrong with Charlie.
Yeah.
And she comes running into the house and slams the door. I feel sorry for Viv sometimes. Like, as much as, I don't know whether other people would agree with this, but I feel like her friends are kind of mean to her sometimes. And they kind of don't give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. That's just where Charlie refuses to tell her anything that lives in the house with her.